Good morning, this is Carolyn, and I'm in my usual place waiting for the sun to come up enough that I can go walking. And yesterday it was quiet, other than the fact that I almost sat on a person on that was sleeping on the park bench. And I know I hate when that happens, right? Well, I think he was getting kind of tired of me anyway because I was calling what probably was his dog. There's a certain number of homeless people that actually, and maybe if you're watching this and you weren't homeless, I'm sorry to jump to conclusions, but dude, you were sleeping on the picnic table. I thought maybe you were homeless. But yeah, I try to be real apologetic and just not be invisible, because I'm not really there to cause problems. But I do know this year there are far less homeless people out there. Or again, not to assume they're homeless, just, random people at the park at 5 and 6 a.m. Yeah, so I don't know what the story is. I'm trying to look friendlier. Somebody sent me a text and said, "You look mean." Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's a look I'm kind of practicing, right? Not even the cats take me seriously. I was trying to get a cat to go downstairs and kind of get out of my way, and it actually grabbed a pair of hose and, the stockings that you wear with dresses, just grabbed the whole pair, just took them downstairs. I mean, I know they're fun to play with and bat around and make holes in, but they don't even take me seriously. So, okay, you're right. Maybe I look mean. I've been trying that. To kill some time here, I was watching the newest, I guess he's one of the newer guys that are doing the Predator bust, Skeet Hansen. What I do appreciate about him is that obviously he does not care that much if his channel is not monetized, because he will read what was in the chat logs. I am so glad that he reads what's in the chat logs. Not that I want all of you to be grossed out. I only want you to be informed, because see, years ago, when I was still pregnant with my youngest daughter, I worked a little bit on this site called Perverted Justice. I don't even think they're around anymore. It would blow your mind, the number of predators that there are out there, and it's usually men seeking young girls. But you often find yourself feeling sorry for the predator unless you can see what they actually sent to what they believed was an underage child. And Skeet Hansen gets out there and reads all that, which I know does not make it easier for him to be monetized on YouTube, but it keeps people educated on what is really being said. I know the Chris Hansen ones, the ones that you have to pay to watch, he will go ahead and read those. People need to know that, because sometimes you see these predators getting busted and they seem like they're like a little short in the head, like maybe they're not, like maybe they didn't mean to contact an underage girl, they just don't know any better. The stuff that they say, even the ones that you think wouldn't have enough sense to string together two sentences, oh, it's explicit, it's nasty, and it comes from 98% of them. They're not contacting this little young girl to relive some kind of innocence. They're trying to corrupt, they're trying to contaminate, they're trying to pervert. It's hardcore, and I am so glad. I mean, I'm sorry that they're not monetized so that they can't tell you exactly what's being said, but you're gonna have to trust me on that one. No, in fact, you really don't. Get on one of those lines and pretend that you are. Get a picture of yourself when you were 14, 15, or find a friend or somebody and get on there. Don't approach them first, because all you got to do is sit back and wait. and just, put yourself a few hobbies like reading, you're writing, maybe riding horses, writing short stories, something cute. You'll see what I'm talking about. You get approached a lot and explicitly. So I know I sometimes hate it that some of these shows end up making these predators look like victims, and they're 100% not that. And for the people who have a hard time still want to sympathize with the predator, yeah, because it does ruin their life, but they ruin their own life. They have a choice. The person who is an actor or actress on the site pretending they are a young girl or a young guy are supposed to reiterate that their play age over and over, so that there is no loophole in saying that the predator did not understand they were underage. Um, all I have to say is, if you doubt what these people are doing, you need to see what is actually being said and out there, and visualize if it was being done to your own child. And the guys that give too much pushback to this are probably predators. Yes, if you keep flagging the channels that are busting predators, well, maybe you need to examine your psyche. You're probably one of them, and that is the reason it bothers you. All right, on that happy note, I'm going to see how light it is outside and get out of here. Have a great day.